Här kommer nu en låt som tillämpliga delar handlar om mig själv.
Hey guys, it's been a while since you've seen a video like this before, hasn't it? Over a year.
Are you a little bean? Oh, you're a good little pickle. You are such a good little pickle.
There isn't anything really like a warm fire in the middle of winter either. It's also winter now. Things are getting much colder. Actually, things are much colder. Then again, since you last saw these videos... Because last time you saw me, it was winter, and we were in Chicago. Yeah, it's been a rough year. That hasn't changed either.
Go away.
He's still grumpy.
Go away.
This is all new though. Everything's been redone over the past month and a half, I think. Pop up. Come here. Who's a good boy? You a good boy? Nothing's changed with this one. He's still completely obsessed with the ball. But a few things are still changing a lot of the time. We're still in lockdown. It's been about 7 months and we're still here. I did get a lot fatter, as some of you probably will have already noticed. But things eventually do have to change for a more serious note. For example, for me, next month I won't be here anymore. I am moving house. And don't worry, I'm not in a bad place or anything like that. This is a really good thing for me and what I hope to achieve. For one, my dad is getting rather old and he's 71 years old now. I feel like it's my duty as a son to my dad and my brother in a way to go and help and look after my dad. It's not something that, bothered me when it comes to my dad. What didn't frighten me is that if I don't look after him, nobody else will. That's not what concerned me. It was, if I don't look after my dad, somebody else will. And for me, that didn't sit right with me. So I had to make a really tough decision and basically say, look, this has got to happen.
What's your biggest wish, Corey? My biggest wish? For my dad to be young again, maybe? Just so I could get to spend some more time with him, Because he's 71 now. That's the one thing that I wish, I could have more than anything. Is just to be able to have more time with my dad.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
She absolutely hates having her tail touched. So why am I making this vlog in the first place then? Well, mainly because I haven't vlogged in over a year. And to be honest, even if the conventions were still do I smell of sweeties? Are you enjoying munching your carrot? To be honest, even if the conventions were still going on, I probably wouldn't have vlogged them anyway this year because I was getting burnt out with the vlogs. There's so much effort was going into them and there was so much footage that it was almost impossible to get them done every day. It was a good pickle. This one hasn't changed. This one's still a cuddlykins. Little cuddle bug, aren't you? And since conventions didn't happen this year and I had my money saved up for the conventions, I invested in this thing. about this one too many times on this channel, even though it's not really the right place for it, but like it's always there to like, if people are interested in cars and the stuff I do, then there's the other channel. I started off a second channel this year. But another thing that did happen was at the beginning of the year, I left the furry fandom. I decided it wasn't for me anymore. I just didn't enjoy it anymore. And I initially did make like an announcement at the end of one of my announcement videos about it. But honestly, that was the biggest mistake I could have done, because that part of the video was only up for like half an hour or something like that. And my phone, it just turned into a vibrator. You know, my phone lit up like 4th of July with the amount of notifications, like, what's going on, what's going on, what's happening? And I realized that was a big mistake, you know. It's really nobody's business whether I like the community or not. So I removed that part of the video and decided to just do it on my own terms and, you know, not make a huge fuss about it. But because it's cropped up in other videos, I've mentioned it, I might as well just say it, like, yeah, I'm not part of the furry community anymore. I don't like what the community has become. So the main question for everyone else is, what does this mean for the channel? Well, what do you mean exactly? Because I left the fandom 8 months ago. And that I have to pass the question off to you guys. What's changed for you? Apart from that, I'm not part of the community anymore. I'm still playing games, and I'm still making videos with games. And I'm still wearing the fursuit as well. So, what's really changed as well? I mean, I might not be a furry anymore, but I can still enjoy the costumes. But tonight I actually have something to do tonight, because if some of you may remember, I filmed a music video back at MFF last year, and I haven't done anything with it except for try and edit it. And all my plans for filming the rest of the video never came to fruition. So, we're gonna fix that. It's so wet. It's about like another minute walk away. So I've got Sanka with me.
Hello. Sorry. Wrapped up because
it's pissing down.
Pissing down our rain.
So yeah, we're gonna go to a little place and just film some stuff, and then hopefully we can finish the music video off. If not, if the rain doesn't die down, might have to do it another day. But it looks pretty. That's the good thing. Oh, I stood in a puddle. Alright, okay, so we're here at my very local train station, which is like a minute walk away. And I have literally no plan about how this video is going to go, but the lighting here is really nice. So hopefully going to take advantage of that. And Sanka is actually going to be wearing me. Alright, so me and Sanka are done with the film shoot today, but it's been rather successful. The rain ironically stopped when we finished, which is a bit shit, because now, quite nice. But I've been wanting to do this during the lockdown for absolutely ages and ages, and I've just never gotten around to do it. But thankfully Sanka here has been a good lad. You enjoy it?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Good, good. That was fun. That was a heck of a lot of fun. So do you remember about a year ago I said that I love the cold and basically the chilly weather of any kind or something like that? This year hasn't really been, you know, a year to experience any kind of weather like summer or spring or anything like that, because we've just been locked indoors and it's been meh. I haven't been able to do any of the things, like not even enjoy cold weather. I mean, it's technically not really that cold now, which sucks.
It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here in Plymouth. It's a really nice morning, and I'll be honest, it's the first bit of sunlight I've seen in a very long time. Well, at least until the winter began. See, I have probably the worst sleeping schedule, because it may be 8 o'clock in the morning now, but I haven't gone to bed. I haven't slept. And because of my horrific sleep schedule, I go to sleep and it's dark, and then I wake up and it's dark. Because the time that I've woken up, the sun's already set. You know? It's gone.
And you'd probably never believe it though. I've lived here for over 5 years now. I have never once, until today, seen the sunrise here in Plymouth. It does show you though that I haven't really been appreciating stuff that is so simple to us. And when I learned that my time with that simple stuff is coming to an end, and I haven't, appreciated or experienced it, I kind of want to like just get it over and done with, and see it, because this is beautiful. And despite me being really sappy about this whole thing, Plymouth isn't really, a great place to visit or anything like that. There's nothing really interesting here. But does that make it any less sad for me? No. I am going to really miss this place. But I can't be too sad about it, because it's a chapter in my life that's, coming to an end, and it's time to close this chapter and move on to something else. I don't think it's a bad thing overall. I think in a way it can be a good thing, Change can be good. You can't just like live your life, doing the same thing day in, day out. But I cannot lie. I am going to miss it here. I lived in Manchester for a total of 6 to 7 months, and I loved that place, and I was really sad that I had to move out of that place, but it was good for me. It wasn't good for me being there in the first place.
It's New Year's Eve here in Moscow. I'm on a tram, all alone, and I've got to find somewhere to close this video out. So I assume the biggest question for a lot of you guys is, where is this video going, and what does it actually mean for the future? It's mainly because I want to do more things. I want to do different things. I want to share like a lot of experiences I've had, like, with my family and so on and so forth. And I want to go and see stuff. I want to travel. I want to see more of the world and stuff. But at the same time, I want to take my brother around the world. I want to take him to some of the places I've seen. I want to go to new places. And I want to do the same for my dad. I want to take my dad to different places. Instead of me going to conventions and so on and so forth, traveling the world with my dad maybe, and my brother, and go and see different stuff and do different things. Because I do understand that the overall tone of this video is basically me saying, I'm disappearing, I'm going, and no, I'm never going anywhere. You guys who watch my videos have given me a great opportunity to do something that, not very many people get to do. And for me to just give up, like that, and just completely abandon, you guys who've, like, supported me all this way, that's not fair on you guys, and it's not fair on me either, because then all of that work and all of those memories would be for nothing. There will be some changes, because I also feel like I need to work on myself a lot as well. A lot of you may giggle and stuff like that, but I do have a genuine temper problem. Now, to a lot of you guys, it's funny in the videos and stuff like that. However, for like me and my friends, when the cameras are not rolling and I still feel just as angry, at some things, it's not fun, and it's not fair on them either. And I don't want to make my friends uncomfortable. I don't want to push my friends away, because I love my friends. And just general other, stuff that I'm just so tired of, that I want to work on with myself. But other things as well that, I kind of just want to distance myself. Like, there's talk at the moment, like with me and a couple of other, fellow YouTubers, of us deleting our Twitter accounts, not bothering with that shit. It may be, strange or difficult to believe, but Twitter is actually, it can be like a really stressful place, and, very, very unfriendly place. And it's, kind of just like led up to a point with, me and some of my other friends. We're just tired of everyone being angry and yelling at each other and turning people against each other. I'm tired of that. I actually once erased the Twitter app from my phone, okay, for like 4 days or something like that, earlier in the year. You know, just logged off of Twitter on my phone and my computer. And you know what? It was the most relaxing 4 days I've had in a very long time. You know, because some people indulge so much of their lives into a social media account. And for what? Just so they can look a certain way to other people. And a lot of the time, it's just being ugly to other people under the guise of, I'm doing the right thing. Look at me, I'm so good. You know, I don't want any part of that. It's one of the other things that over the course of like 3 or 4 years is like, nowadays I'm completely apolitical. Will not get involved with politics in any shape or form. I've mentioned it, you know, before, and fuck off! My fucking hard drive keeps See, you hear that? You hear this? You hear this shit? It's driving me fucking crazy. I've mentioned on the channel before, because it kind of ties in, you know, with the whole Twitter thing. People get so ugly, hateful over fucking politics. Now, a few of you who've been around for a very long time might say, well, that's a bit hypocritical of you, Corey, because didn't you used to make, like, political comedy in your videos? And yeah, I did. I used to think that injecting my view of politics into my videos was, you know, a way of making a statement, at the same time being super edgy and shit like that. Because there was a time where I just wanted to be as offensive as possible, and then it just came to a point like, is this really what I want to be doing? And I look back on that content now, you know, at all that stuff, because it's still there. I'm not going to get rid of it, you know, because it's nice to actually look back and see that you're not that person anymore. But I look back on that content today and I just cringe. What the fuck was I doing? And back then I even became, you know, the thing that I hated. Just a total cunt. And it made me really fucking ugly. And I don't want to be that person. Because me being an idiot, you know, pushed a lot of my friends away. You know, a lot of people have decided to distance themselves from me and shit like that. Like a lot of the Twitch streamers have decided to do that, and rightfully so. You know, if I took one look at my past self not knowing who I was, I'd do exactly the same thing. But even on self-reflection, I don't ever claim to be a good person. Ever. Never have, never will. I think I'm a shit person. I don't think I've ever been a good person. Ever. I do try. I do try to be as good as I can be. And boy, I fail. A lot. And I don't want to fail. I don't want to be a bad person. Hold on. My stop's coming up. Now, I know some of you may, like, take what I've said and it's like, oh, don't blame yourself because you've got autism. You know, your mental condition, you can't help it. It's like, no. That's not an excuse. I've never used that as an excuse, and I never fucking will. I'm in control. You know, there was a lot of people that I really want to apologize to, you know, because of my fucking attitude. But I know they won't have it, because they've shut me out. And rightfully so. That's what they should do. So why am I putting this part and saying all this stuff at the end of this video? Honestly, I don't know. I guess I'm sad. I guess I'm worried. I'm also worried about my future, because I don't know where my journey's gonna take me. I'm frightened about losing my dad. I'm just frightened in general. The world this year has gone completely insane. I guess I'm frightened if things are going to only get worse. Not because of, like, events that have happened in the world, like COVID. I mean, people in general. I feel like people are only going to get angrier, and people are only going to get more violent towards each other, and it comes to a point where we all just start eating each other. And I don't want that, man. Even some of you watching right now. Just be nice to each other. Make the most of it with people around you. And don't fuck it up, because I've pretty much done that to quite a large extent. Just be nice to each other. And please don't comment below. It's like, oh, I know I'm a good person. I do good things all the time. If that's your initial response, then you've already failed. Because that means you're just not even going to put the effort in to make yourself better. Because you're already fucking perfect. Again, I know for a fact that I'm not a good person. Even though I try my best. And I fail, and I fail. Constantly. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. And within those failures, I do. I feel horrible if I hurt somebody. And I know for a fact that some people out there are just gonna, you know, start talking shit like, oh, you're just saying this at the end of the video to gain sympathy. No, I don't want sympathy. I just want people to listen. And I just want people to be nice. Is that a bad thing? And personally, I don't know why, myself, that I'm getting this all off my chest. I guess it's one of those spontaneous things that in the moment you feel like this is the absolute right thing to do. That, and at this current time, it is New Year's Eve. And I guess it's a good time to, you know, say something that you want to say before the year ends. Because I don't think anybody has had a good year. Not to mention this whole event that's happened worldwide has really shown some people's true colours. And that just makes me sad. By the way, I should also mention, at the point I was at the harbour just about 10 minutes before, it's been a little over 2 weeks since I recorded that. I didn't know what else to do and say for this vlog. I got a new guitar as well recently, thanks to Kazuki James, who is incredibly talented and built the thing for me. And he's a total sweetheart as well. And yes, I am going to be making a video. But I really need to start, you know, making this video a little bit more positive towards the end, because it is the end of the year. Let's not, you know, end it on a bummer. I mean, yes, the end of it does look like a lot of fucking self-pity and shit like that, but, you know, that's not what I intended. I just wanted to express some feelings is all. But a quick recap of, like, what I want to do in the future. I want to see parts of the world. I want to take my dad around the world a little bit. And I want to spend that time with my dad and my brother. And when I move back into my dad's in 10 days, my dad wants to build me a shed, you know, as like my office and stuff like that. Which is also really exciting, you know. Change is good. So after the 9th, if there's a shortage of videos, then you know why. Because I need some time to move and sort my head out, try and figure out where I am mentally, and also just get everything set up and, you know, built and so on and so forth. I'll try my best to make videos. Hell, you know, there might even be more IRL vlogs. But it is New Year's Eve right now. In a few hours, it's going to be 2021. But the future is bright. It is exciting. Hopefully within the next couple of months, this whole pandemic will be over and we can all return to normal. And hopefully, people are just nicer. I hope. I hope people are nicer. I hope I do eventually become a good person. And to quote a line from one of my favourite films, we could all shake our heads at all the meanness in the used to be. That's what I would like one day. I didn't mean for this video to end on such a bummer, but I hope you've enjoyed the video anyway, and had something to listen to. Because I don't think anybody's had a good Christmas. I don't think anybody's having a good New Year. I don't think anybody has had a good year. But I hope the stuff that I've got off of my chest has had an impact in some way. And I hope everyone who's watching has a good New Year. And a brighter tomorrow. The only way is up right now. I don't want any of you to be sad. I don't want any of you to be upset. And I most certainly don't want to be the cause of that. I just hope one day we can all sit down and laugh. But at this point, Happy New Year's Eve. Have a happy new year, and just know I love you all. You guys have given me such an incredible opportunity, and for that I am grateful, for all of the support and love you guys have given me over the years. And I am sorry if any of you have ever felt unwelcome, or if this place isn't the right place for you. Because I want this channel to be, you know, for everybody, and I want it to be a place of comfort. And I know some of you have messaged me saying that you found great solace and comfort in the work I've done. For that reason alone, I feel like I've achieved what I've set out to do. But don't forget what I said. Just be nice to each other. Just learn to love each other. For fuck's sake, you've only got one chance, and we don't have very long left. From the moment we're born, we don't have much time. So make the most of it. Happy New Year, everybody. I love you all.